What's good? What's good?
Oh, okay. I thought I was muted for a second. I'm like, it always be popping on mute on me. But I'm good, man. What's up? What's happening? Can
Oh,
you hear
not
me?
much, not much. I can hear you.
Okay,
I'm
yeah.
about to what you know our guest this week gonna come on with us in the beginning, so I just wanted to give you the heads up if you didn't read that in our messages. We
Okay.
have
I
someone,
definitely missed that, but okay.
yeah. I was like, where the rest of the guests at? I ain't see them. Yeah. Returning guests come on the beginning. I don't need to do no huge drawn out intro for them. They've been here before.
They've been here before. They know what time it is.
Yeah, so we are the Breaking Barriers podcast. Y'all see that one third of us is not here today. Dreen is out, so we will see her next week. Well, good luck on your big meeting today. But we do have some guests coming on today. I will bring on one of the guests here in a second since he is here, so he can dive into these trending topics with us. But first, let me introduce my co-host, the legendary Mr. Adrian Taylor, aka
Mr. GC, you already know what the business is.
aka
Fell down shouty. Yeah, I did
what?
that.
Oh, I forgot you
Yeah. Oh,
fell.
man. Hey,
I
man.
forgot you fell.
It was rough. I yeah, I told yeah, I failed. I was taking out the trash and I was walking down the steps and boom, fell backwards, man. Knee swelled up, everything. I told Debbie she was trying to, put me out early to get the
Oh my,
insurance money, man.
oh
She
my
trying to get
God.
the insurance money.
Adrian.
Yeah, man. I sure fell. My knee buckled on me and bloop bloop. Yeah, it was one of them. Yeah, yeah.
Oh my God.
Oh
What
yeah.
the? Oh, geez. See, that's a sign to sit down.
Yeah, that the young man up in there need to be taking out the trash with me anyways. You know how we do. We trying to carry everything in one swoop instead of, taking your time.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, nah, I didn't do that. So
My God. That
yeah, I
is
showed
terrible.
so I scratched this arm up over here. So yeah, it wasn't just like, oh, I fell. Like
You scraped up? Oh my God.
yeah, and I had on sleeves, so I'm just like, dang, I'm glad I did have on sleeves because if I didn't, I would have told myself all the way up.
Yeah, you would have
Yeah,
tripped.
it wasn't pretty. And Debbie, all she heard was bloop 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 bloop. Like, oh my God, what happened? Yeah, I fell. Yeah, I fell. Yeah.
Oh my God. Oh, well, I'm glad you're okay.
So yeah, that was my interesting story. So
Oh,
now we have our lovely host, Judy Legette,
the core queen.
aka.
I did not fall. Okay. I did not fall. Thank the Lord. Thank the Lord. But well, I'm gonna introduce our guest. Even though we had him last week, my boy, we just gonna call him Big Fred, not the little one. What's up, Fred?
What up, man? What's up, Adrian?
What's happening then? What's
Chilling,
going
chilling, chilling. What's up,
What's
PD?
going on with you?
Nothing. Just trying to join y'all, have a good time.
Hey, we're here to be messy boots this week.
What?
You all
Oh,
messy.
Petty Pendergrass this week singing.
Absolutely. Yes. How was your week?
It's a week, you know. You know how it works.
Yes, I do. Yes, I do. Look, we have a guest coming on now. We haven't seen him in a long time. He's a
on?
faithful commenter. He has his own podcast. We call him Black Six Collar. Okay. He is the man, the myth, the legend. Welcome, Chris. What's going on, Chris?
What's going on, my people, man? I got an apology that Adrian sent me the whole list of everything with the link on it. I'm steady texting him. I need the link. I need the link. It's in the message. I got my tea. Michigan weather got me feeling a little,
Oh, it's cold up there.
Then it got cold, man. The heat on.
Oh,
The heat on.
The heat
oh,
on.
Nah.
Wow.
We good on that.
Oh, my, that's
We
disturbing.
good on that. No, sir.
Yeah, man.
Oh, my
Mm.
But I'm good. I missed y'all, man. I got a whole lot of stuff to talk to y'all about after the show or tomorrow or whenever, man. I got a lot going on.
No, I'm
Huh?
joking.
I'm about to say, join the team, baby. What's up? What's happening?
Look, then we got our girl. She coming back.
Yeah.
Look, she dropped some gems on us the last time she was on the show. But
Yeah.
our girl, she got her own podcast too, talking about She Talking Tea. Welcome our girl Courtney back. Hey, Cole.
Hey.
She talking tea.
She gonna be
you
talking
ready?
about her shirt too.
Yeah, I was just about to say, you ready about that tea, about that shirt I missed?
Hey man, listen. Hey, that's a whole. We got some tea. We gonna talk to the people who messing up my printing and stuff, man.
Oh.
I gotta get on they. Man, listen. That's a whole other story, man.
Give me their number.
I should too. I should.
Well, we're gonna get into these topics, y'all, because we had a lot going on. We had a lot going on this week in these streets. So we got the football weekend. Look, the NFL, we had a lot going on this weekend. What y'all think about the NFL this week? The recap.
My Lions played terrible. Lost to the Seahawks. We lucky we ain't down 0-2. We just scraped by Kansas City the first week, and they ain't even have they tight end or whatever. So I'm kind of pissed about that. So I said forget the rest of the football.
Oh man, good lord.
Man. Okay.
Jeez.
All right.
I'm pissed. I mean, I just what it is. I'm pissed.
Hey man, they playing solid though. So you know.
No, man, we played terrible both games, man. We got lucky to win that first game. I gotta keep it real, man. You know, I love my team.
The first game, they played good the second game in spurts.
In spurts.
Yeah. You gotta finish the game though. You gotta finish. But they
came out in the second half, first play of the game, a fumble. And gave the lead up there with the 7-point lead up and it was a tie game. Man, we played terrible, man.
I said in spurts, my brother. I didn't say you gotta play the whole game. They played in spurts.
Mm-hmm. I'm pissed. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm pissed. I'm gonna be pissed this segment.
It could have been worse. Did you try to watch the Panthers game last night? Right.
Hey,
Yeah.
Straight to sleep.
Quarterback's solid though. Quarterback, he definitely showed potential, but
it's the line. The
he
line.
ain't got no line. He ain't got no weapons.
Zero.
Nobody is open.
Nope.
So he just got to do checkdowns all the game, and that ain't gonna get you nowhere.
The sad part is the fact that he's gonna have to deal with the backlash, like because he's the quarterback and the number one pick. But reality, it's the team. It's not him.
Yeah, they're gonna have to get something else over there. But I mean, so far he looks solid. I mean, you know what I'm saying? He definitely looked like potential for the future. But when you ain't got no weapons, ain't too much you can do.
And listen, it's gonna be a long season.
I hope y'all just don't tear him up. That's I hope
that is. Yeah, I agree. That's the scary part. I agree.
Well, my Eagles are 2-0 barely.
Yeah,
that offense gonna have to step up because
he's a new offensive coordinator. He's terrible.
It ain't the same offense last year.
That's how I know Didi a real sports fan, though, man. See, now some people just be happy when they team win. Because I agree exactly what y'all need a new coordinator bad. Like we need a new defensive coordinator.
And we lost the best. I mean, we went to the Super Bowl, so we lost our offensive coordinator. So
yeah, but the bright side. Oh, the part of the reason his Detroit Lions are losing is the bright side on your team, though. DeAndre Swift.
No, well, we scoring. We still up there in offense. Our defense, our secondary was our problem. We got some new players, but they look confused.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying. One of the players made a good play, and then pushed the guy and got the penalty and gave an automatic first down. Like those mental mistakes, like they not prepared mentally, man. I feel away. They gotta do something next week for me.
Who y'all play next week?
Yeah, who y'all play?
I don't even remember who we play, man. Let me see. We got a weak schedule too this year too. I don't like that either.
You should be happy about that.
No, man, I'm a competitor, man. I'm trying to, you know what I'm saying? I'm a competitor. Our schedule weak as hell, man.
Y'all play the Falcons.
We played the Falcons. Yeah, I don't know how I forgot that. We played the
Now,
Falcons.
The Falcons are they're not a pushover team at all.
Trash.
No.
They look too good. Then they play like Green Bay this week or something.
If you really watch them play, if they can get a few things together, they're gonna be decent. They can definitely make the playoffs this year.
Yeah, we better beat them. I know that much. We better play good in doing it, man. I see Harlem Legend TV in the building or whatever. I brought a couple people from my battle rap channel. I don't know if y'all know anybody into that. But Harlem Legend TV, man, got some good stuff going over there. And Jawan still supports it too, man. He is super supporter.
What's up?
I see y'all in the building, man. I told him I was sliding over here, man.
Okay. Well, I guess we'll see. Next week we play Monday Night Football next week. So
who do y'all have?
Tampa Bay.
I know AJ Brown better get the ball. He hurting my fantasy team right now.
Right. The play calling is so bad. Like I don't even know. I don't know. I don't know.
Did y'all see Nick Chubb's leg last night?
I
felt so bad for him.
It was so bad.
Yeah, and he was having a decent game too.
10 rushes, 64 yards already in the first half. Like,
right.
I mean, yeah, I feel bad for him because I think they're gonna have to change how if I'm a running back, like we got to sit down and really think how we gonna do it, because what they starting to do is overload these running backs on the first contract, so that way they ain't got to pay him.
Yep.
You know, and Nick Chubb's one of those guys that's been balling out of control, and he's not gonna get a second contract. He's gonna get one, but it's not gonna be, no money now.
Yep.
So look with Josh Jacobs. When is the last time y'all seen a running back rush for over 1,600 yards and you don't get no contract? They don't want to pay you, and you rush for 1,600 yards.
You know who fault that is, right? It's Zeke's fault. Remember Zeke let it leave.
Yeah, the Cowboys.
Yeah, he let it leave like 3 years straight, and then that last year he got that big contract and he didn't do anything that entire year.
Yeah, but see, most running backs, I mean, Zeke was one too. They ran him in the ground.
But that's the problem. The shelf life of a running back is so short these days, right? So you're going to spend your first couple years trying to prove yourself, get a decent contract, and by the time you're ready for another one, they looking for another running back already.
Right.
The shelf life of running backs is super short right now.
They like, after these first, they're gonna run you in the ground these first 5 years. And it's like, no, I'm not gonna pay you now. Your legs is worn down. So
I mean, but they think they're down because
y'all about his team winning.
You know what?
The Cowboys, we 2-0. Yeah.
Well,
the disrespect.
That's not.
Hey, I'm so confused because I know Didi is raising this the young man correctly. I know he's an intelligent, young man. So to say something crazy in the root for a team like that is beyond me. I don't get it.
Disrespect.
70 points in 2 weeks.
Disrespect.
None of y'all teams did that, didn't it?
Boy, get out of here. Bye.
And let him know it's not 1996.
He ain't never seen them win nothing.
Cowboys hype them up every year.
Every year. This literally starts like this every single
year. Every year.
I was the favorites to win the daggone division. What are you talking about?
Yeah, but that person got hurt. We have one thumb the whole season.
Y'all are trash.
Y'all close to the Patriots. Come on, dude.
Y'all trash. Ridiculous. It's so disrespectful. It's unreal. Bye, little boy.
I cheer for you.
Okay, Kenny. Bye. Bye. Oh my God.
He said he's gonna go hard for his team.
Right, Dave?
Go hard for his team.
He do. It's ridiculous. Look, he's still talking. We ain't bums.
Cowboys.
What y'all think about Coach Prime shocking the world in that double overtime this weekend?
Man, listen.
That game was crazy.
That team is resilient. Like, they've proven that no matter the adversity that they can win. But his son, Shador, he's a star.
Man.
He's a star.
That's the problem.
He's a star. Yeah, he's a major problem.
I feel like Coach Prime Dion, man, prime time, man, one of my favorite players of all time. He did found a way to like instill in his son, obviously, like y'all said, and in teams his will and determination and resiliency, like to win, he found a way to translate that. And I'm looking forward to seeing him being a head coach in the NFL. I'm not even gonna lie.
He ain't gonna do it.
He
I
won't do
think
it.
he will.
Now
He not.
he has control issues. You
He
can't
one
have
of them competitors though that he like to just he got to see the top at least one time. I
But
feel
you
like
know he's not gonna have the same type of ear to NFL
He
players as
can't
he will
influence
college
them.
players.
it's like Coach K in college. Like he ain't never go coach the NBA because he like the, you know what I'm saying. I understand what y'all saying, but I feel like Prime he gonna want to touch that big stage one time, man.
He's an inspirational guy. He wants to
Right.
be able to inspire people, and he can't do that to grown men. They don't care.
Yeah,
But
you
He
inspire
don't-
people.
rich and already. I understand what y'all saying, man. But I watched that man for years, man, and I feel like the competitor ain't even gonna be like, I feel like I could do it. I want to show. I'm gonna try it.
I
Y'all
think he
could be
knows.
right.
I
It's just a
think
hunch
he
for
can
me.
do it. I just think he doesn't have a desire
Right.
because it's not gonna hit the same.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? To inspire kids to be great and go to that next level is different to now you own that next level and now you're trying to inspire them to get up and play when they already got the bag.
Yeah. It's kind of like
It's different. It's different. It's like Coach K in college, Duke. It's like Coach K. I get it.
So speaking of that game, did you guys see that hit on God damn it, I lost his name that quick.
Travis Hunter.
Travis Hunter, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What do you think the punishment should be? Because I think it should be a punishment for that hit.
I mean, a suspension. I mean, because the thing is, it was clear that it was on purpose. That was very obvious. But did you see the interview with his coach? His coach was like, "Well, this is football. These things happen." And then Travis kind of chimed in later, and he was like, "Well, this is part of the sport. If I didn't want to get hurt, basically, don't play football." So I think him making that statement really hurt the chance of the kid getting suspended. But some repercussions should be there.
Yeah.
He did.
I think it should be severe, if I'm being honest. It's already a dangerous sport. They trying to figure out new technology to protect them mentally and all of that stuff or whatever. So I think an example need to be made, whether it was him or anybody else, say we're not tolerating that at all because your mistake could cause somebody, they could be paralyzed, their life could change forever, even death.
Mm-hmm.
So you know what I'm saying? I wouldn't play with that at all. I'll make it severe, if I'm being honest.
I agree. Yeah, he got a lacerated liver.
Mm-hmm.
Oh yeah, he hit him. He
gone. He's down for
it wasn't called for at all.
Yeah.
Just couldn't be my baby. Sorry.
At all.
I'm pulling up.
Did you hear about
Not
the kid that hit him? He actually had his family death threats.
Yeah, I saw that they put his address online.
Yep.
And he received death threats.
Yeah.
You see now.
Yeah.
That's why we keep the weapons loaded, okay? And ain't no safety on none of the guns.
See, malicious intent mixed with lack of remorse, man, it's like you kind of asking for everything that you got coming. You know what I'm saying?
You do.
That's too much.
Oh yeah, it's too much.
Yeah. So for our next trending topic, it kind of set the internet on fire this week. And I have the video for it because I won't do any service by trying to explain to y'all why these folks was mad. So I'm gonna play the video. It's a 2-part video. So y'all buckle up.
A lot of women, especially black women, and I might get in trouble for saying this, but I will. In our society right now, black women are making a lot more money for the most part than black men, right? There are a lot of black men who are successful, but for the most part, black women are making the money. So if you can find love, if that man works, at whatever job and is a good man and is good to you and honors the house and honors his wife and does what he can because his gift may not be your gift.
Exactly.
That is okay. That's not somebody who's beneath you.
Yeah.
That's somebody who came to love you at your worth, right?
Yes.
And as long as he's secure in himself to know that, yep, she makes most of the money, all I can pay is the light bill. As long as she's comfortable enough to say, I'm going to cover the mortgage and all the other stuff, you've handled the light bill, baby, you can take me to dinner every now and then. That is fine.
Yeah.
That's fine. So hard for a lot of people to take in because that means No. I need somebody to who is. They need to make 5 times more, and I got to have. Well, you go on, keep your list, baby.
Yeah.
God bless you. Hope it happens. Go on, keep your list. But when you talk about just someone to love you and support you, I know people who have whose men can't touch what they make. But when you see them together, that love, that support, that I got you, babe, it's a beautiful thing.
All right. The first thing I want to point out is this, right? The first thing that I want to point out, and this doesn't discredit Tyler Perry for everything he brought to the community, all his success, cool. But I want to point out that this is a man who's made a huge part of his living dressing as a woman. I want to point that out first and foremost. Second, I don't like when people say extremes. I understand what he was trying to say, but when you say if all you could pay for is the light bill, then I don't care that's not enough. You know what I'm saying? So I know the message you get lost with like certain parts like that. You got to be able to do more than the light bill. But I do understand the concept. But that's the beginning. I'm gonna listen to what y'all got to say before I add the rest, man. I got so much more, but that's just the start.
Cole, what you got?
It's like being that, I don't know. It's just kind of weird because when a man makes more money or whatever, women are deemed, if we go after those type of men, that we can't just be loving you just to love you and not for what you have. But as a Black woman, we should just do that. My thing is, and you're not even saying where he's building up to do better. You're like, he only paying one bill. That's like ridiculous. Like nobody's surviving on one income for real. And then what do I need you for if you're not trying to contribute to lessen my load too? And I get it. It should just be about love, but for you to point out to Black women that we need to do this and we need to do that because we're making more, it's kind of crazy. Because when Black men make a lot, they be like, be careful of the gold diggers. When a woman may not have as much as as a man that she's with, and she's truly there loving him, we get called gold diggers. But if he's doing it, it's because he's trying his best. So I'm just, it's you can't have it both ways. So, and some people can play the part and pretend like they love you to get a meal ticket. Because I'd be good to you if you're making all the money and all I got to do is come up with a light bill. If that's the case as a man, like I'm not putting in no extra work. He shouldn't have just put it as Black women. It should have just been in general, and that's the problem. We always got to keep building and doing everything. It's like Black women always got to bear a load. Like we got enough. If we not working together, then I don't want us to be together.
So
fix your face.
All right. I think you a lot of people are taking that one bill thing too literal. I think you just kind of just threw out just a random example.
Well, he should have did better. He tell a lot of stories.
But on the flip side, for the most part, a man himself is judged based on his paycheck. Like if you make more than me, you just make more than me. It doesn't matter. Like, because if it's so, for example, say you go to college with someone, right? You majored in IT, right? He majored in education. You already know what his income is going to be before you graduate.
Mm-hmm.
So it shouldn't be a discussion or an issue with the dude, because when you're in college together, y'all love each other. You together. You graduated. You get married. You already knew what it was. So once you start to move up the ladder, does that mean now you no longer respect this man because he makes so much less than you? No, he's still the same man to you that you adored before y'all graduated with your degrees. Right? So I look at it as like they put so much focus on it as well. Like he said, well, he paying one bill. Come on. Even though you're a teacher, you're gonna pay more than one bill. You might can't pay the mortgage on the house, but the house is probably decided based on the woman who made more money.
So I agree with your logic behind that, but it's hard for me to think that most women in this modern day are gonna be okay with that being the situation, man, because I don't care what you do, you should be able to pay the mortgage. It ain't unless it's all about people's ambition and what they desire to have. If you make all of this money, you feel like we're going to live this lifestyle with a big pool in the back and all of that stuff or whatever, and it kind of X's me out of being able to pay for that or whatever. It could work. I feel like it can work, but I think in most situations like that, man, it'll be an imbalance, man. I just don't. You don't have to make the most money, but I feel like it should be pretty close, man. I'm not gonna lie. I wouldn't be intimidated. My woman could end up hitting the lottery, for 10, 20 million or whatever. I feel like I still will be the one that will manage the money. You know what I'm saying? And hold us down and keep things together or whatever. But I feel like I'm just go outwork my woman in some type of way, like in most ways. And I just feel like a woman sitting there and paying all the bills, it's gonna be hard for her to look at you and then seeing other men out there in her field, whether it's in IT or whatever else, and not feel like, dang, I wonder what it feels like to have somebody on my level and we can build like that. I just think that'll always end up being a problem for the most part.
But the thing is, do you disrespect his career choice?
No.
You get what I'm saying? Like,
Yeah.
I mean, it's like if you're even if you're a principal, right?
Mm-hmm.
You still not 9 times out of 10. It's going to be a difference in salary from IT to anything in education, unless say you probably the superintendent, right?
Mm-hmm.
So at the end of the day, it's just about respect in general, just for the relationship in general, for each other's character. It's not about the dollar bill at all, because a man is going to be a man, right? Say if he just don't make enough money to pay the mortgage, cool. He can handle everything else. He can still make sure the structure of the home is. He still clean the yard, still cut the grass, still wash the cars, still change the light bulbs, still change the battery in the smoke detector. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
There's still things in place to where he can still be the man of the house without it being based on a dollar bill.
I agree that it should be that way, right? I agree that it should be that way, but the problem is we're in modern times where most people not thinking like that. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, we saying, well, we could change the light bulb and all this or whatever. You flip it around and a woman saying, well, I could clean and cook and this is whatever. And a lot of men are saying, well, I could do that on my own, or I could hire somebody to do that.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying?
That's what social media is saying, though. I think that's a really disconnect with reality.
No, it is. I agree. It should be what Fred just explained. I feel like it should be that. Is that what it really is in our culture for the most part? I don't believe it. I don't believe people thinking like that. So to be I'm more of a kind of stay in your lane type of person and to try to keep it as balanced as possible. But I do feel like it can work. But I don't know. We in a really kind of twisted society right now, and us specifically as a culture. You know what I'm saying? I think it's just weird right now.
Yeah. I don't know. I think it really does have to be mutual. Like when you get in this relationship, but I'm saying if she's already set, is the way he was making it still like we should build be with this. But if y'all grew up together and this is whatever, if your weight financially doesn't match your weight at home, then I don't see it working, because sometimes, and I'm not saying all men, but some people don't do well if the other person's doing better than them, and they want that and they don't get it. So a woman making more than a man sometimes does make him feel less than a man, and some men they're not man enough to deal with that. So that's why I don't know it would work, her being everything, if this is not a conversation we had before all this and everything. But at the end of the day, I would feel like if I'm making more than my man and we together, our money going in one account. If we married and everything is going towards our home, But if this is just some dating thing, that's not gonna work.
Yeah, I mean, people work together. Sometimes things happen in roles change or whatever. But as long as it's a feeling of we cohesive when we working together, I think it's cool. But
and trust.
Our culture, man, just don't seem like it's moving like that though. I don't know.
I took a few different things from what he said. One of them, culturally, I think he was trying to just help Black women per se, because the disparity in the numbers. when it comes to what Black women are saying they want in this checklist that they have. That's not realistic, and they're not getting it, and they're not willing to budge on any of these things. It's trying to say, look, you might have to date somebody who makes less than you right now because, I mean, statistically, you're just out earning men at this moment. So you're going to have to readjust the list that you have. So that's the one thing I took from him. Maybe his examples weren't all that great, but he was just giving an example. It wasn't like, I think people really do take things too literal. Like, I don't think we grown. You can kind of sift through that shit and figure it out. The other thing I took from him, which I think people, when I read some of the comments, I kind of had to agree with some of them to an extent, because for Black people in particular, Black women they're the only culture that are asked to go down. Most other cultures, they groom their women to date up. They raise them to make sure they're ready and prepared for a husband that makes more money than them, that can take care of them, so the dad can hand them off to that other family or whatever, so that husband can take care of them. And they're making sure that they're financially stable. So a lot of women were like, well, Black women are the only ones that's asked to find a man that makes less than them or settle for a man that makes less than them. So I understood that scream, that cry, like, why do we have to find that? But then I also understand that in those other cultures, these men make more money by and large than Black men. So that's why he was saying what he said, because we don't have that luxury over here. And so men, y'all need to step it up and figure out a way to make some more goddamn money and be viable candidates. Or women, you're going to have to get the man with the good character. He may not make as much money.
Yeah.
If money is that important to you, chances are you're going to find a man who ain't got none of them things on that list you got.
Except money.
Dragged through the mud. Yep. And then the last thing I took from this, based off my personal experience, because I heard a lot of people speaking about men, women like holding it against men, for like if they make more money than the man. From my personal experience, I've had men resent me because I made more money than them. It was never me. I didn't even. It doesn't even matter to me. I don't care anything about that. There's so many other things that I need from a man that have nothing to do with money. But they couldn't stomach it. They couldn't handle the fact that I made more money than them. So they try to drag me down and make me feel like I was less than because they didn't make as much money as me. So those dynamics have to always be discussed, and we got to figure those things out, because it may not work for everybody.
No, I agree. I agree with everything you said. Is this under the pretense though that we only sticking with each other? We only dating Black, like he only mean Black women with Black men?
Yeah, that's what he said.
That's what he said.
Okay, no, I was just making sure, whatever. So, I mean, I feel like that's kind of lowering our standards, because just like you explained, they groom their women to date up, but their men, they groom to take care of their family. So I feel like you got to be pushed to step up and do better as men. You know what I'm saying? Because if we just kind of, well, you know, and I get it. I really do get what he's saying. Like, hey, don't be too picky or you're going to find yourself alone. You know what I'm saying? Especially if you want to just stick with your race or whatever. But at the same time, man, I'm all for us men just stepping up and being better and doing better. You know what I'm saying? Because if we just start making little allowances, well, it's okay to just, some men will take that and use that as an excuse and be like, but I'm loving you, right? So I'm not even going to really shoot for the stars, because women starting to just accept, you know, whatever. I'm just going to love you, right? And this, and then we kind of get the role reversal thing sometimes, the resentment, like you said, you know, and then some women do throw it in, and people, because there's plenty of women that don't mind that, like you. You know what I'm saying?
It's just money.
But it lowers our standard, though. You know what I'm saying?
Well, I say I don't mind it because it is, I'm not trying to, how can I say this?
I know exactly what you mean, too.
It's going to be hard for me to find a guy that makes more money than me in the normal realm.
Right.
So for me to like look, to me, it would just be, I would be out here looking stupid, trying to date people that make this much money. I would never, they probably already married, or like, it's just not going to happen.
Right.
So I would have to find somebody that just makes less money than me.
I think like this. So I would feel like you in the position that you are, I wouldn't say you got to find somebody that's close to or match what you make, right? But I wouldn't tell you to date the guy that works part-time at CVS.
Well, that's not going to happen either.
Right,
but,
right. That's what I'm saying.
But I don't even want any, like the guys that I know that do make the same amount of money as me. Like I said, they either married or they're assholes.
Right, right.
Like, so I don't even.
Yeah, that's why I say I wouldn't want it to be
or
close.
they Fred, and
Look
Fred,
for close.
you know, Fred is Fred. I work with Fred. I know all his secrets. I can't date Fred.
Yeah, right. But it would still at least be like some like base standard. Like, you know what I'm saying?
Oh yeah.
Like some base standards. So it's just kind of a tricky thing because, like I said, I understand everything you said. Fred said, me and Courtney's position, and I get it, but we got to be careful. I mean, that's one of the other topics that I see or whatever about the settling versus, you know what I mean? It just get real.
Black men need to do better. Like, I think I posted earlier or yesterday, like literally we follow our passion straight into poverty. Like black men think it's okay to be in our 20s to be like following our dream. Is that dream making some money?
Right.
Gotta have a backup.
Right. Right.
Right. Is that hobby situation?
Or is your dream legal and is it gonna lead you to prison? Like I went, you know what I'm saying? And you lose this big portion of your life and then you playing catch up or whatever exactly. So
right. They all pick that 1% of something that somebody made it doing, and like it doesn't even make sense.
Because we glorify that. We glorify the top rappers, actors, you know, even drug dealers or whatever. So it's like, well, I want to be that. And then we end up chasing that and not understanding the importance of having that stability and consistency and building over time. You know what I'm saying? We got to do better.
Yeah. Adrian, what you got? You've been quiet, my boy.
The unicorn.
It's for me anyways, it's just a hard topic because there's so many different angles that, you know what I'm saying, you can hit and dissect. You know what I mean? One, we live in the US. Culturally, it's totally different for us. We don't have a class system. Most countries, most cultures have a class system. And I've spoken on that many a times where here we don't. So there's not that grooming. Typically in other cultures, poor people stay with poor people, middle class stay with middle class, rich stay with rich. That's typically how it is. So poor stay with poor, middle stay with middle, rich stay with rich. In the US, that's not the case. You know, we know that we can come from poor. I come from poor. I'm not in that class anymore, right? So typically, you kind of make your way through this. And it's really, so looking at it from a statistical standpoint too, right? Especially with men. First off, there's so many excuses. That's why I say this is hard. This is a topic that we could talk about the whole entire show.
That's a fact.
Men, you know, the excuses that a lot of brothers have, and I'm gonna just keep it a buck. It's just sad to me. Like I know brothers that I grew up with, and all they have is excuses. And I don't have excuses. I don't know excuses. I've always had a chip on my shoulder. I've always wanted to be the best that I could possibly be. So sitting in the cut with the mind frame of, oh man, he got it because X, Y, his mama gave it to him, or his daddy gave it to him, or this happened, that happened, or my parents didn't put it in me. Nigga, they ain't put it in me either. I had to get out here and get that shit.
Yes.
I don't feel sorry for you. So we have to start. All right. We say that it has to start somewhere. And my whole thing is men got to step up. Like, I get what Tyler Perry's saying, but men got to step up and take the charge, take lead. You want that shit. You want it, right? You want to lead. You want to be the head of the household. Well, be that. Take that. Step up. Handle your business. It's that simple. Like, I don't know. And
you do know, man. You sound exactly like you know exactly. I agree with you. And this is the thing. I want to ask the two women on the panel. Do y'all feel like it was a mistake for women to fight for equal rights as far as working and everything?
Hell yeah.
What about you, Didi? I know it's a tricky question with you being in the position that you are, but just as a whole.
In some
I don't know. It depends. Well, see, I don't think anybody's ever going to be equal. So
ever, yep.
And you're asking somebody who was in the military, so
right. That's what I'm. So, but okay, would you say the general consensus would be amongst, and I'll narrow it to black women that, you know what, we shouldn't have did that. I'd rather be able to be focused on being a mother, taking care of the home and not having the same responsibility. And if I choose to work or follow some passions or dreams, it's my choice, but not necessity. Like I have to do it.
Well, I would say for me in particular, because I've never desired to be a wife, so I don't. That was never my. That wasn't my thing.
Okay,
so
hold on. Let me ask you this. Let me reframe what he's saying and ask you this in a different way. Right?
That made me want to throw up.
Yeah, help me out. Help me out.
Okay, because I heard what you just said, but let me flip it on you a little bit.
Right.
If you had the option, DD, you as well too, to be a wife with a man that you could honestly and truly rely on, he there for you, and you take care of the household, he making enough money to take care of you, you telling me you wouldn't want that?
I'd rather work.
Okay, so that's but see, you said it in a better way than me, Adrian. But Didi, do you feel like you're an exception though?
Yeah, absolutely.
Okay, yeah. So that's kind of what I was trying to get, and I think most. So if that's the case, then us men, like Adrian said, we got to step up because we're not in our proper position. We failed at being that and providing that, and y'all not being comfortable in being able to be that. You know what I'm saying? So to say, hey, well, y'all here now, so maybe we should teach that. Maybe the women that are there now can take that advice, to a degree or whatever. But I wouldn't teach my daughter that though. I wouldn't want to teach my son that. You know what I mean?
Because I think that there are women who were clearly designed to be wives, like housewives. That specific type of wife.
Right.
My daughter is specifically designed to be a housewife. That's what she would love to do.
Right.
Have kids, that was never in my card. That I never, I can't even imagine. I could be a wife, but not that kind of wife.
I got you.
I don't want to be at home and raise. I don't like kids like that. To be at home with no kids all day. No, I don't have patience like that. No, I don't. And that's why my kids 13 years apart, because I couldn't do them at the same time. No. Yeah. I could be a working wife. Like I'm a good multitasker, so I can do everything at the same time. I don't
teammate. We go work together and get it in. What about you, Cor? Hold on. Did she answer down there?
Well, one, because I said hell yeah, because being a single mother and having to do everything on my own, it ain't for the weak. I can tell you that. But I always wanted to be a wife and a mother because that's what I had an example of from my mom, my grandmother, my aunts. That's all I saw. And so when reality slapped me in the face and was like, nah, that ain't happening, I couldn't see myself now sitting at home doing absolutely nothing, but my home would always be clean and my kids would always be taken care of, but I would have to have something for myself or something to get me out of the house to not lose my mind. Because, it's a lot to be everything to everyone in your home and you don't get that moment. So I would be okay with being like Didi said, I would work, and because you never know what can happen to your spouse. So I want to make sure that I got us just in case something happens. You can't rely on just one person. It has to be a team. So,
but I guess my question is to have that option, right?
I'd take it, but I'd have a whole bunch of goddamn.
I feel like most women would. Most women would take that if they were handed
businesses and everything.
Because they're just like, what, I work. Yeah, I work when I want to work, but like everybody hates Chris, right? The wife,
Tashina Arnold is her real name.
But Tashina Arnold, right?
Yeah.
I quit. I got a husband at work. I quit. You know what I mean? Yeah. You're just not gonna be putting up with the BS like that.
Yeah, that was my mom. She worked when she
I do that now. I quit.
Right. But this the thing when a woman has children, right? I think most women will want the option to be able to just focus on the pregnancy, at least after they have the kid, bonding with the kid and that whatever, and at least know they have a man to give them the option to be comfortable and not have to work or worry about extra stuff, right?
Yeah, I guess most women would. Y'all don't get this goddamn baby and let me go back to work. I don't want that baby.
I know you. I already know, and that's like I'm kind of different too. I'm not conventional either or whatever, but it's because of what I've been through in life. If I was balanced more, like you know what I'm saying, then so I understand. But most women will want that, and so I feel like regardless of what, men should strive to try to have that stability. No matter what you're doing, you should just keep working hard to have that stability to give the woman an option. You know
But
what I'm
what's funny
saying?
about that scenario is that when you talk to most women who've had that option, most of them kind of resent it. They feel like they've lost themselves. They feel like they really didn't chase their own dreams. They feel like they gave up everything for their husband and their kids.
That's where I feel like what social media and ambition come in at, because it's like most of those people are in some type of well, I don't want to speak like that's a fact, but in my experience, most of those people who speak like that are in some type of agreement. Well, he got the money and I'm just go chill. I'm talking about a balanced relationship to where you going into this and you know what you want, I know what I want, and we choose to do it. So if you just wake up one day and you like, you know what, I wanted to be an artist all this time and I didn't, so and I resent him, like that's ridiculous to me.
Yeah.
But if you're in a situation where you available to be bought, you know what I'm saying, or rented, or be a trophy wife, then yeah, you're gonna feel away after you grow up and mature, because we can't get away from wisdom. You know what I'm saying? So you're gonna grow up and realize this wasn't a good decision. But if you choose to be somebody's wife, somebody's supporter, how can you regret that? Unless you really didn't want that in the first place.
Well, because if you're getting married in your like 20s, and
Oh
then
yeah.
you're like, damn.
But what do
what I wanted.
But where do commitment come in at though?
She was hella committed.
Well, then that's the life you chose, man. It's over. Like, stick with it. And
but I'm just saying, I think when you're that young and you make that type of commitment that early, you don't really know what it is that you
yeah, I agree. That's why
I was 19 years old when I got married, and I can't even imagine.
But that's too young. That's too young.
Staying married until now. Man, I'm not even close to how I was then.
Yeah.
Even at 25, I didn't know that. I don't know what the hell I'm doing about a wife. Well, nigga, you better cook your own food.
Yeah, in our culture, that's definitely too young. As our culture is right now, that's too young.
I think it's just base by base, like person by person, because some people are literally built for that life and only that life. They're not good in the outside world. And then there's some people that can ride the fence. And then there's some people like, hell no, keep your kid. You stay at home with them. I'll go to work. It's just, you got to find your match. Like, yeah. Oh, and then you got to make sure you can have an open thing where if something is not working like y'all thought it was going to work, it's always on the table where we can revisit that.
Right.
Yeah, I agree with that. At the end of the day, that's what it boils down to. You got to find your match, and you got to know how to communicate and learn yourself. Like going to something and you really know yourself. Like, because if you don't really know yourself, then you kind of manipulating somebody into dealing with you thinking you do. And you gonna change. You know, I'm the type of person, my ambition and goals change all the time. So it's no sense in me going into a relationship and saying, hey, yeah, you know, I just want to have 2 kids and this. I'm lying. You know what I'm saying? I might want to be in Japan in 2 months. You know what I'm saying?
Like, we gotta have a babysitter.
Hi, Adrian.
Oh, goodness.
Oh,
say hi.
Oh, he looked like him, mama.
Say hi. Say hi.
Yeah, I agree. All right,
what's the update on the vasectomy, man?
I got it.
He said, I got
it. It's been had, brother.
It's been had. It's over.
Yeah, he's done that thing. Clip, dip.
Oh, Lord.
I said you can't get rid of them after you get it done. They done. You stuck with them.
Him.
Yeah, you didn't did his job.
And got us fired up, and we're gonna move on to the next topic.
Nah.
Now, speaking of marriages, what y'all think about Jeezy filing for divorce?
I mean, can you say surprised? Basically, no. I mean, she showed her hand years ago.
Yes.
Period. For what she did to her ex-husband, it caught up with her. And you know, Jeezy's not gonna take it like he did.
No.
So I'm not surprised at all. I mean, you keep hearing different things on what happened or what it stemmed from, but it's not surprising. Think about it. It had to be pretty bad for him to file for divorce.
Yeah. Yeah. I think the latest thing that just came out said there's something about family values and expectations or something like that. I always thought it was a weird couple too, Shay.
Yeah. And they put everything out there. Like, I don't think they had no private stuff. Like, so it just seemed like for show.
I mean, they were celebrities though. Think about it. I mean,
but my private life is my private life. I'm a celebrity because I'm on TV for this. You don't have access to that. You know, that would be me. But some people like sharing everything about them, and that's just weird.
I mean, think about it. You look at it from a financial standpoint, right? The Kardashians proved that the more you show, the richer you are. So that's what it was.
And then you have no privacy.
Oh no, 0.
Yeah, and I wouldn't trade that for no amount of money.
Yeah, and that thing came out of nowhere because she been posting and you know what I'm saying? And you like, so you know something happened. Something.
He was like, hold on, let me clear this. I filed for this bitch crazy.
Yeah, something happened where he like, look, I can't do this. It's over with.
Yeah, I wasn't buying into that. Like, and people come from her culture. They don't move like that. She's into pop culture. She's into posting and doing things for attention and stuff like that. And I'm not saying there's nothing wrong with pop culture, but when you kind of like lean so heavily on it or whatever, man, I won't trust you anyway because you move by that. You know what I'm saying?
Y'all hear the rumors? Allegedly, why? Said her and Mario Lopez from Saved by the Bell and Sexton.
Slater, man, then broke up the Jeezy marriage, man. That's crazy.
Allegedly, they were sexting.
Slater, AC Slater, then broke up Jeezy.
AC.
And Jenny May.
Jenny May.
Gotta throw that out there. Allegedly.
That's crazy, man.
Yeah. Said allegedly they were sexting on the phone.
I can't believe Jeezy.
He was trying to break up Kelly Kapowski and Zach back in the day too. Before he got
He
got a history.
Yo.
But I mean, I thought it would come because she switched her whole outlook on how she felt about life. And you all of a sudden, I never wanted kids. We didn't want this. We didn't want that. And then all of a sudden, your ex had kids, and then you met this man, and like, oh, he treats me like this and this and this. Your other husband was like a damn puppy. He followed you everywhere you went. So he was doting on you. So I don't know what that was. You just probably didn't want to have kids with him.
Yep.
And that's what you should have said. And then you found somebody who was like, ooh, that'd be a cute baby. Let's, you know what I'm saying? That doesn't just come around all of a sudden, that instinct to be a damn mama. Like, it don't. If you never wanted kids, you never wanted kids.
I mean, she probably couldn't stay in character either. I mean, she was in character with Jesus. She could not maintain that. Because think about it. If you look at the entire panel of The View, look at all their relationships.
You mean the talk?
I'm talking.
The real.
It's one of them.
Yeah, right. If you look at the entire panel, they all got the same situation. Every one of them. Tamar.
Oh,
twin.
Only 2 of them.
No, it was.
You're talking about the other two.
Oh, girl, still married.
Tamara, Tamara, she's
Adrian.
still married.
He divorced.
Adrian Balan. Her and Israel got divorced.
They had broke up. Yeah, that preacher she married. Yeah, they had broke up.
I'm so old, man. That's crazy. I don't know what's going on at all.
Or something. But I know the one twin she married to the white guy. They still together.
Yeah, they
still think about her twin that got divorced.
Think about her, with the black dude.
Yeah.
That's the broke.
The other
dude.
one is on the show with the white husband.
No, I thought they were the ones that broke up.
No, the one with the black husband.
The one with the black husband.
Oh, I can't tell. They twins. I don't know.
I think Adrian and her husband still together.
Yeah, they just celebrated their baby.
Yeah, they just did a.
You're thinking about the other guy she broke up with that she was with for a long time, and then she married him. He the old dude.
Oh,
he's old.
Still together. Yeah, Israel Houghton.
I'm behind. I must be working too hard during the day. I can't catch those shows.
Yeah, they good. She crazy.
And Lonnie with some white guy now, I think, but I don't know if they still together. So,
but it seems like it's
she right at home where she need to be.
Yeah,
it seemed like this is a season for split ups, breakups, and all this stuff. Chris, you mentioned earlier that your boy do battle rap stuff, so I don't know if y'all saw the battle rap.
Block. Yeah,
with Remy and Easy the Block Captain. Yeah.
Do you think it's true though?
He called. Wait, let the folks know that the dude called out Remy Ma for cheating on Papoose.
Yeah, Geechee Gotti was the battle rapper that was talking to Remy during the battle. You know what I'm saying? Saying like, you crazy? How could you do that? And then on top of that, Papoose was at every event. Why this event ain't in New York? It's in Philly. You did that, so in case he came to come holler at dog, he got the ups on him. Like he was going crazy on him.
I didn't hear it.
I put it in our group on Instagram.
I mean, but do you think it's true though?
Hold on.
Do y'all think it's true?
The reason why I believe that it's true is because, first of all, if I'm the husband, I'm gonna go from the husband to the wife, to Papoose to Remy. If I'm the husband, I'm looking crazy at my wife if there's a rumor that you doing something to somebody and you not just saying flat out no, that's not the truth. Or at least I'm gonna step up and say, hey man, y'all stop putting that on my wife's name. No, that's not true. Then you go to the wife, the same thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, why wouldn't you just? It's very simple to say no. Why would y'all think I would even think about doing that to my husband? No. So I think that self-explanatory right there.
I don't know.
It was bad. I think they.
I pray that's not true.
But what logic behind them not just denying it? Like, would you have to say that it's not?
Sometimes some people just don't feed into none of it because it don't matter what you say, shit's still gonna go the way it want to go. You know what I'm saying? So some people just be
my
like,
wife told me what you just said to me, man. It's over. It ain't that complex. It's no, I wouldn't dare do my husband like that. Case closed.
Right.
They took the video down. I was gonna play if they took it
The
down.
one,
Her PR being going around flagging the different videos or whatever, which also makes it seem shaky. It's very simple. Is hey, no, my wife is not doing that. She wouldn't do that. Or hey, I would never do that to my husband, and it's over. And then people can speculate after that. Like I don't.
Blog facts. Is that the name of the blog or facts that the blog?
She's saying she been going off on blogs. Facts.
Okay.
Yeah, it was. I first of all, when I was watching that, my jaw was on the ground.
Yeah.
It was like a lot. And when the dude, like when he was doing it, Remy was stone cold face. She was just like,
yeah, she took it like a G more than Easy did.
She didn't flinch. She didn't smirk. She didn't move. She just.
Exactly. And I'm gonna tell y'all like this, because I'm in a battle rap heavy. Like, you know, I watched battle rap for years. I'm in a heavy. She also named the card after the rumors was out. She named the card "I Do What I Want" and then had it in the city that the guy who she's accused of cheating with there, and named the card "I Do What I Want." And then the guy who she's accused of cheating with, he had a line in the battle where he said, "Hey, y'all trust me. If a nigga hit me over a female and he ain't dead, is because I still got the female."
Why you email? Hold on, I gotta try to. I ain't gonna be able.
I think it's pretty obvious at that point, man.
I don't think I'll be able to do it.
Dang.
I'm gonna try to play. I don't know.
Wow.
If I'm
Girl out here doing it like that, huh?
I mean, it's wild because you see Iman Shumpert and Tiana Taylor.
They split up too. They separated.
Yeah.
Damn, I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Even people who guilty deny it. Like even people that's guilty that are deny it. So you tell them you innocent, you can't deny it, man.
Yeah, but I like how Tiana Taylor came up and was like, not too much on my bestie. Y'all don't be talking junk about him. Like we still family, we still close.
I like that.
Separated for a while. Don't come for him. Oh God.
Let me see if I got the because I got the pay-per-view.
YouTube from
I just sent it to her
from Fred, but it's gonna be hard for me to play it like that through StreamYard. Let me just see if it'll.
That's crazy.
Let me see if it'll let me do it.
It gets crazy too. Like Remy just kind of just standing there taking it.
Well, she has to as a league owner because you're not supposed to talk during you sign somebody, they sign a contract and they there to do their job, and you're not supposed to show any bias towards any of the battlers, so she don't got no choice. I actually applauded her for that as a battle rap league owner. That's like battle rap league owner etiquette. So she wasn't supposed to reply. Now after the battle, she had like some little bars she put together to the guy and jokingly like rebutted. You know what I'm saying? And you ain't gonna get your second half because they get paid their first half, then they second half. You know what I'm saying? So she was like joking about it, you know.
Can y'all see it?
Yeah.
Let's see if y'all can hear it.
Is he saying anything?
No, we hear nothing.
Cause we don't hear anything.
Well, I got the pay-per-view.
Can y'all hear it?
No,
No.
nothing.
Okay, let me see if I can
Hold
get.
on. Hold on. I know what I know it's gonna make me do.
But also sometimes some people do stuff to get seen, and it might be true, it might not be true. I don't know because that ain't my marriage. But because who she is, and you in a rap battle, you come for her. That's gonna put more. People gonna be like, "Ooh, what he know?" And then that just gets you more followers. Everybody now it's a topic, and you the head of that topic. Like, oh, he brought this to light.
No,
I'll
see,
say
it's
this, too.
recorded
They
and
do a
everything.
lot of research in the battle raps.
Yeah.
A lot of research because they want to hit you and
Okay.
they want to hit you where it hurt.
But I thought he was saying she was like just somebody over it, not like one of the people rapping against him.
Yeah.
So why you brought me in this shit? This ain't got nothing to do with me.
Nah. So before the battle rap.
That's the type of energy I be on.
Oh nah. So for the battle raps, they meet, right? They discuss what they can and cannot say.
No, that's not a fact. No, that's not how that goes.
I mean, I've heard them talk about it before. Like
Yeah, no, that's not how that go at all. They tried to introduce NDAs in battle rap, and they went crazy about. That's not how that go. They say what they want to say, especially people like Geechee Gotti. It don't go like that at all. I mean,
All
They
right.
trying to
Let me know if
murder you.
y'all hear it now?
Yeah.
Yeah.
All right.
That ain't no regular female, my nigga. That's his wife knocking you out compared to what he could have did to you. Nigga, that was life. And you not off the hook either. If you gon' cheat, at least cheat with a nigga that can fight. You know this ain't right. You know this ain't right. Come on, y'all know this ain't right. Y'all know this ain't right. Remy, you are up here supporting the victim. We done had 6 Chrome events. 6 Chrome events. Papoose was at all of them. How come he ain't at this one? That's a good ass question. Don't worry about it. Why he ain't at this one? Why we ain't in New York? Why we ain't in New York? Because the last time there, your husband punched on him. So you actually bring it to where he more comfortable at. So if he did decide to show up, this weirdo can have an ups on him. I hope she wouldn't do that because I love her too much. Hey, yo, Gotti, you ain't getting booked there again. You ain't getting booked there again. So if he do show up, he can have the ups on him. Man, you foul for real. I hope that awkwardness in your home, your child don't feel. How can you support? How can you protect the nigga that Sony couldn't protect you? Is wild for real. This nigga's a chump. This nigga's a chump. You know he ain't got the heart food. Fucking a nigga bitch when you ain't got hands ain't even a smart move. Yeah, but he don't got hands on the. So look, fucking a nigga bitch when you ain't got no hands ain't no smart move. But if I was you, I would have been like Bourbon Hitman and you would have been the one I talked to. Like, I don't give a fuck if you fucking this nigga. Just tell him stop spewing the business. If niggas found out you was fucking the help, that could really ruin your image. We're talking Barack and Michelle, Pap and Rim. Nigga, that's us. Y'all the poster child symbol for black love. Nigga wouldn't even think that y'all marriages still had to go through them stages. Every interview, he show his admiration and tell the world how he think his woman the greatest. That nigga held you down in prison for 6 years. You was messing with a big. Every interview, he show his admiration and tell the world how his woman the greatest. though it was nice, he cried big tears. He still biting down your biggest accomplishment front row, giving you big cheers. Now y'all got a beautiful baby girl who's oh so amazing. He'd be damned if he moves you to this bozo with braces. The world ain't never supposed to know what you and me going through. Hey, the world ain't never supposed to know what you and me going through. But this nigga behind closed doors running his mouth like a hoe supposed to do. That niggas making blogs and YouTubes. People arguing in the comments if those posts is true. Cause them teams in the same room outlets, they only know you. Listen, eat the best foods. When you ain't feeling good, he put you back in the best mood. You ain't nothing out because he be damn to keep seeing you get stepped to. By some nigga he socked out and stood over like a step stool. If you think he didn't love you, you gonna put up with all of this shit, yo, papoose. Yes, sir. That's how you talk to your bitch.
That's wild, right?
That's
wild, right?
That's fucked up, to be honest.
Hey, that's like the Scarlet Letter. Like you really standing there ready to get stoned.
But it's in battle rap though. See, I know like people who ain't in the genre like think like, damn, that's normal as hell, man. And she know that. That's why she stood there and took it. And she laughed and joked with the guy who was rapping at her, like did it like a little rebuttal or whatever, and it wasn't really nothing. It just went viral because she Remy. You know what I'm saying? But that's battle rap. Like it's really normal.
I don't think it was that normal that now she's trying to get the video taken down.
No, yeah, but a lot of people would try to have their PR like flag the video. You know what I'm saying? A certain like clips and stuff or whatever. But battle rap is like battle rap like that though. Like the what he said, like a Papoose, and he said, yes, sir, it was another rapper that did something like that, rapping against one of his homeboys and asked his daddy something. So he kind of reiterated that. So it's not it's what it is. In battle rap.
Battle rap before. I've been a part of battle rap. You don't do that.
It ain't usually cap
yes,
like.
You do. Yes, it is that.
But I'm just saying that's
that.
not who he was.
No, it's that, but
not against somebody who ain't battle rapping against.
Yes, it is. I can show y'all clips. It's for sure. I'm trying to tell y'all I've been in battle rap for decades. Like I cover it now, like thoroughly.
Seen people bring people in and it's cap like that. I guess that's my point. Like
you're saying like it's
they
fake.
Talk about you like that, but usually when they go deep storytelling, it's because
people that got ran out of battle rap because they pulled their paperwork from being snitching and all that. That's battle rap. I'm telling you.
Right. That's what I'm saying. And typically what I'm saying is it's usually not cap. It's usually
no, you saying this is cap?
No, I'm saying usually that's real in battle rap. So you usually don't go that deep and it's cap. Like that's the
okay, I got you. You said so yeah, if you go that deep, it's probably real.
Yeah.
Yeah, they got recordings of Easy to run in his mouth. That's what Geechee was telling her. Like, if you gonna mess with somebody, and Geechee after that round, he went to Remy and was like, "You should have messed with me. I want to ran my mouth."
Yeah, I saw that on the clip that I had.
Yeah, like Easy. It's a recording of him talking about it, but then they, got that from the people they had to record, and they put part of it out or whatever. So it's what it is. Everybody knew it going into the battle for months that's what it was. He battled a guy named Disaster before that, who talked about it too. He just didn't do it as good as Geechee, so it didn't go viral.
My whole thing is, but he said he wouldn't have ran his mouth, but he just ran his damn mouth, and you did it because she didn't pick you. If that was the case, so at that point you look like a bitch too. So I don't get it. Like, and I get what you're saying. Anything goes in rap, but she wasn't the person rapping against him. That's the weird part to me. Like,
that's battle rap.
At him about what he did, but you calling her a bitch and
all that. That's battle rap. That's battle rap. That's what they do. Like on a regular.
Oh yeah, they expose you. Their whole goal is to expose you, to shut you up. Like
just break up a family. Fuck
I'm trying to kill you.
Yep. But see, that's this the thing. What he was saying, like she broke the family up. You know what I'm saying?
Allegedly.
That wasn't his story to tell though. Like yeah. But here we go back to black culture, doing whatever the fuck just because. There we go.
I bet if it was the other way around and he was doing it, nobody was about to snitch.
But the guy he was battling is the one that ran his mouth. That's how anything got out. Still what? It's out there. It's out there.
Black people will find any excuse to tear other black people down and call it culture.
So, but let me ask y'all this. So the guy that she's allegedly dealing with, he's not wrong for running his mouth.
He's absolutely wrong.
Right, and she's wrong for cheating, right?
This
Yes,
woman,
you're wrong.
Yeah, if she
Right,
said
so
that's
the
wrong.
business was already out there. He battled somebody before Geechee got caught named Disaster, and Disaster said all this too. It just went viral because of how Geechee Gotti did it. He did it in a way to where
All of it's wrong.
no,
All of it.
Geechee's not wrong. I'm talking about Easy to Block is wrong for even saying.
Well, no, he wrong after what he said. If you would have I wouldn't have said nothing. So, bitch, you lie. Like
We do understand the battle rap Ephraim. What I'm saying is,
that was being slick though.
what I'm saying is that, like, we can't in one breath talk about how black men need to step up and be great candidates and build black families, and then in the next breath, because it's battle rap, anything goes.
Oh no. I'm saying that this is regular. Like, it is shocking to people who not understand this battle. It's just like music. I don't agree with people glorifying gun violence and all that stuff in music either. I agree that it's wrong as a whole.
Yeah, but I'm just saying, like, I've heard. I think. I mean, I'm from up north, so I've heard battle rap my whole life too. I'm just saying, like, just because it exists doesn't mean it's right.
Right? No, I agree. It's all anything that's glorifying any type of violence or putting down or whatever is wrong if you look at it like that. But when it's not abnormal, and just because it's Remy, it's highlighted because it's Remy.
We understand that's why they sign up for it. We're saying that it's stupid and it's non-productive and it's still tearing down the black community, just like most of the things in the black community, while we still behind the power curve in most things in the world.
I mean, you know how it is. It's that shock value. I mean, that's battle rap. Battle rap is about the shock value.
But sometimes you got to watch your mouth because you don't know. That's when people say you don't know me. You might not want to be running your mouth about shit.
She paid that man on stage, though. She paid him knowing what he would do, though. She told him, she explained to the battle rap community he didn't sign the NDA. You are able to say whatever it is that you want. It's battle rap. She paid him a lot of money, 50,000 plus, to rap, to battle against this guy because it was hot. And she knew what was coming, told him it was okay. And that's why she stood there and didn't say nothing.
And Sexy Red gets paid millions, and that shit's stupid too.
No, I'm not saying that to say that it's not stupid. No, I was responding to you gotta know me as if that guy like violated her and took a risk. No, she paid him knowing that would happen.
Crazy.
Dumb.
I guess.
Okay, y'all, we gonna move. We ain't even got out of our damn training topic.
Not even.
We going into the icebreaker finally. If you could bring back any cartoon from your childhood, which one would it be?
Thundercats. Oh,
you took mine.
Right.
I took mine.
I'll take Fat Albert and G.I. Joe.
Fat Albert was fire.
Yeah, I'll take G.I. Joe.
That album was fire. Hey, you remember on Thundercats? You remember Mumra, right?
Yeah.
Why this fool dress up to like he was gonna sneak in like some castle or something they was in, and he called himself Pumra instead of Mumra?
That was him.
Just like Mumra.
What about She-Ra?
Hey man.
Oh, I remember that one.
You say She-Ra?
Yeah, He-Man was my favorite growing up.
He-Man was strong too.
What up? DuckTales for sure.
Oh yeah, Smurfs. Snorkels.
Oh, I remember the Snorkels.
Man.
Oh, we had the same childhood. Smurfs, Snorkels, Thundercats. I feel like that came on back to back to back.
Pee Wee Herman was my shit.
The Rugrats.
Oh yeah.
DuckTales.
DuckTales is good. What is Chippendale?
Darkwing Duck.
I like Heathcliff too, man. I used to watch
man.
Heathcliff, no one could.
Yep. And you just brought me back with that song. That's crazy. Yeah, I love you.
Oh, Fraggle Rock.
Oh wow,
Fraggle Rock. Yeah, I like Fraggle Rock too.
Inspector Gadget. Oh man, his ass always
no, I like trouble. No.
So this is crazy. One cartoon I really used to love, but it wasn't until I got older I really understood how crazy it was for me, and I shouldn't have been watching that. But Ren and Stimpy.
Oh
yeah, that's when the Beavis and Butthead and all them MTV cartoons came out, and they pushed the envelope on us, man.
Bro, have you go back and you watch them as an adult? You like, I should not have been watching this stuff as a kid. Like, but I guess the thing was I didn't even understand what I was watching. So
right,
it just was color. cartoons, little
I'm
animals.
like kids with SpongeBob right now.
Yeah.
Right.
We don't watch the SpongeBob around here. Nah.
He out of control. All right, y'all. We can finally get into our main topics.
Uh-oh.
Let's see if we got some time here. So, fellas, what makes a man decide to approach a woman?
Intrigue me.
All right, I'll take a stab at this first. So for me, it was I don't know, like if I see you, if someone that I was definitely attracted to and you kind of baited me in a little bit, like that was just so sexy to me. Like that was just like, oh, okay. Cause I might see you, and depending on what the setting is, I might not have, came up to you the first time. Especially like, okay, let's go to like the gym or something like that, right? And it's like, okay, I'll probably see you again. And then, we lock eyes again. You know what I'm saying? The next time, and I'm just kind of like, oh man, she lock eyes, she's smiling. Yeah, I gotta go. I gotta go over here and see what's up. I gotta go over here and talk to her, say what's up to her, see what that game like. But yeah, that was one of the things. Like that eye contact for me, so if we out, you make eye contact, we kind of lock eyes for like 3 seconds and kind of give each other that smile, like it's okay. Yeah.
That was back in the day.
Fred, you gotta go so I can keep thinking, man.
What?
You gotta go so I can keep thinking, man.
I mean, it's a vibe. It's a vibe. It's like you said, say you cross their paths or whatever, you may say little things here and there, try to start a little conversation. But it's a vibe, see what kind of feedback you get. And then if, then from there it's kind of like an instinct where it's just it's that it where you just feel like, okay, I think I need to give this a go. It's not really, I guess I could say for me, it's not really necessary to say it'll just be all about maybe what she looked like, whatever. But it definitely has to be once I've spoken to her, it has to be a personality there, definitely.
Yeah, it definitely got to be a physical attraction out the gate, and I got to feel like she got to give off the vibe that out of 10 men trying to approach her, one might be lucky to be able to get through, but not like mean, like all the way standoffish, but like that. It got to be a challenge. I don't want to talk to or approach nobody who would just seem like she just carefree and talk to anybody. I like a challenge, man. I like a challenge. I like to break down. I like to get cerebral. I like to get, okay, I like to figure it out. Like, okay, what's her combination? You know what I'm saying? And I like that part of the game or whatever. Because once she recognizes it, you could tell sometimes they might get some pushback. Sometimes they might throw a little, twists and turns just to see if you can make it through. I like that whole battle right there. That's what I like.
Okay. All right. I got another question for the fellas. We always hear from the ladies about their deal breakers. What are some of y'all?
Cigarettes.
Oh, well, damn, that was quick.
He didn't have to think on that one.
Nasty house.
Bad hygiene.
Oh, whew.
Oh God. Fred with this house, y'all. This is so funny to me.
It's personal.
Yeah, bad hygiene.
That's a ooh.
Oof, that's a
ugh. Hygiene off.
You gotta be at least what's in the middle between don't read it all and well read. What's in the middle? You don't gotta be. I read a lot of books in my life, man. I love books, so I don't expect nobody to be like me. But what's what I'm saying? Okay, if you don't know your and the difference between that, if you tell me you're so handsome, we ain't gonna make it. You know what I'm saying? We ain't gonna make it. So what's between well read and don't read at all? Ain't never read. Like whatever is in between there, at least like a little bit above average. You got to know. Okay, you got to at least have heard of To Kill a Mockingbird and Atticus and something like. You know what I'm saying? Something like that. It don't even got to be that book, but it got to be well. I don't know, somewhere.
So I'm gonna throw a deal breaker out there that was kind of that probably get a lot of pushback. And this was just for me personally, is the relationship you had with your baby daddy.
Go.
Then I'm out everybody's goddamn. Damn.
Baby daddy, I forgot about that one.
She about to sign off.
So
No,
and I'm gonna keep it a buck, and this is why, this was just me while dating, and why it was an issue for me. It just kind of put in perspective for me a woman's character, because if you can't figure out how to co-parent with someone else, I don't know how that would have happened for me. And not to say it was his fault, your fault. However the choosing process was, there was a problem in it. And for me, I just would dismiss myself. So I personally, that was a red flag for me. And I know there's exceptions to the rules, but I ain't want to find out if you was an exception to the rule, because most likely
ain't nothing wrong, man. Ain't nothing wrong with that.
Hey, we here to keep. Didi said we was gonna get a little message today, so I'm
just. I got one that's very simple, man.
Hold on, wait, Fred. What did Fred?
What you say, Fred? My bad.
Sometimes crazy is crazy though. Like, you can't control the actions of the other person. Sometimes, like, I've been through situations where they'll be like, "Well, why do I let her do that? I didn't let her do nothing." But at the end of the day, you can't control anyone. Right? If they could choose to act crazy by yourself. I don't have to deal with it. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, it's not that you don't necessarily have a relationship with the other parent, but sometimes you have to sign up. Sometimes you have to kind of like block them out your life a little bit.
But I think for in Adrian's defense, how did you not know that before you had a baby with him?
I promise you, there's some good actors out here.
Oh, I'm about to say, who, baby?
And I know there are, but like I always say this, there was a red flag that you ignored, or you said, you know what? I think I could be okay with
it. That red flag was they was breaking that back or putting it on them real nice and juicy.
It was not perfect people. They was not perfect people. It may have been a small red flag you ignored.
I just personally, I mean, hey. Some people, unless like you said, you a Denzel, your acting skills is on par 100%.
It was something.
There's typically something about people that show you like, man.
So what if they got an ex that was prior to the baby daddy that was like, no, we cool, like, you know what I'm saying? We just had an amicable split, and then she ran into somebody like Fred said, it was just they seemed cool, and you just missed it. So now you kind of got two situations where seemed like she could be in a good relationship, and one where it was, seemed toxic, and the baby just happened to be made in the midst of it. Say, no, that ain't flying either.
That's what I'm saying. Like, so I wouldn't let the situation go any further, because I just personally didn't want a chance what it was. You see what I'm saying? Like, okay, it could be what you just said, or
you gonna play the odds.
9 out of 10, there's red flags there, and that you just did and you missed. And
but she go play. I know I'm for real. You go play the odds. Like, I'm straight. I ain't about to. Okay, you know what? I'll be better safe than sorry.
Yeah, that's pretty much how it was for me. I'd rather have been safe than sorry.
I'm gonna tell you a deal breaker that Didi gonna probably laugh at. If a woman don't drink water, it's a wrap.
Oh, that's a huge.
I've heard women say, you drink a lot of water. I'm like, you don't drink water? I don't like water. It's over.
What'd you say about them pennies?
It tastes like house keys and pennies, baby. Listen. What you eat and what you drink.
That is a red flag. That is definitely a deal breaker red flag. If you don't drink water, like your drink of choice is Pepsi or Coke or whichever one that you prefer, and not water,
But you'll be surprised at how many people say, I don't drink water like that. You'll be surprised.
Keys and what?
Pennies. House keys and pennies.
House keys and pennies.
Yeah.
Crazy.
Yeah. What you eat and what you drink are severe deal breakers. Severe. We ain't even having no conversation.
Yeah. You'll be surprised at people saying, I don't drink water like that.
How are you alive?
By the grace of God.
Barely.
How do you have hair? How do you have nails?
I ain't say I'm dealing with them, but I hear what they say. Trust me, somebody say, I don't like water, I'm straight.
That's just weird.
I'm scared to dap somebody up and say they don't like water.
Ugh, your pee is extra yellowy.
All right, we're gonna go into the question of the week, which is also the title of the show. Should a paternity test be required?
Yes.
Should it be mandatory?
Yes.
Oh.
Yes.
Yep. Mama's babies, daddy's maybes.
Yep. So your ass can't be sitting here. It might not be mine for 18 damn years, and you get to live your best life and go do what you want to do. And then when your child become what you want it to be, and then you want to come back and like, I'm your dad. Nah, bitch, you want my dad all these years? Peace out.
It sounds perfect.
Because you didn't get the test done.
Tyler Perry movie.
Right.
Yep. And that's truly how it is. Like a lot of people that should jump off cliffs because they don't take care of their kids. My thing is just get the test done. A lot of people don't do it because they know that they are and they don't want to deal with the person that they chose to lay down with. Or some of them just don't do it because they don't want to take care of responsibilities and they want to do what they want to do.
Nah, but you got to look at it. Most of the time, you see a lot of women get defensive if a man said he's wanting.
Hell no. I offered it.
You're different.
Mm-hmm.
You can do whatever you want with that motherfucker as long as you keep feeding them till he look like you.
The first thing most of them say is, what are you trying to say about me? What do you think I'm doing out here in the street?
And to me, that's just you not thinking of the well-being of your child. To have somebody to constantly have doubt in their head about if that child is or isn't theirs is not hurting you at the end of the day. It's hurting your child because they don't give their 100% to your kid. So my thing is, I don't take offense in that. Take it so we can have this off the table. So what you got for me next? This yours. Let's keep it moving.
Oh, my grandma. Look, my grandma watching. She heard what I said.
See, this the man. It's like this. Us as a society, we haven't proven that we responsible enough, man, to not. I mean, it just like it to be on point. There's too many shows that's even based around if this your kid, from Maury to other stuff. You know what I'm saying? So we not responsible enough to do it on our own. So yeah, we gonna get this out the way, out the gate. Mandatory.
But
So
the question is, go ahead,
Fred. I'm sorry.
I'm gonna say, but the question is, how can you do it without backlash? Because I've seen a few people go through it where they asked for a paternity test and there was backlash behind it. It's never an agreement. Like, okay, how do you solve that? I mean, I think me and you talked earlier about it, where it should be a situation where when the baby is born, go ahead and swab right then. Okay.
If it's mandatory, ain't no backlash because it's got to be done no matter what. So we ain't even got to talk about it.
It's not fair to these kids going through life not knowing who the hell they're related to and who not to be. Half the time somebody probably didn't slept. You hear all these stories about I didn't sleep with my brother or my sister, my cousin, because I don't know where I'm from because this person didn't want to do what they needed to do. And my thing is, as a woman, if you know you sleeping with more than one man, then woman up, take the test. But as a man, that a lot of men have used that as a scapegoat, knowing that that's the only person she's been with, just because you don't want to take responsibility. So it is a tough situation, and if it's a law, then ain't nobody got to get all their panties in the wad. Just take the test and keep it moving.
My sister being messy.
Ooh. That's facts, though. That's facts.
Well, I know all in my family.
Got the wrong last name.
Before babies even conceived.
The problem is, like, this is on a large scale of what we keep saying all the time. Women aren't willing to take accountability. They ain't never about to say, "Oh, I slept with somebody." Come on now, man. They is not about to tell that truth.
That's why you got to get that swab action.
Every time my child's donor said that to me, I said, I can wish I would have. So at least your story would have some truth behind it that I did something wrong. I said, I wish I would have.
And then you have the situation, which was going to be another topic, but I might as well go ahead and tie it into this one, where you have women who are keeping babies and men who said they didn't want them. So how do you?
Can you say she kept the baby? Because we know the symptoms of having sex, right? A baby.
Exactly.
So you can't say they elected to keep it. You knew what the repercussion was when you did it. So from that standpoint, I don't really agree with that when people say they chose to keep it. No, you chose to go into that act. that'll cause a baby to happen.
Well, I'm saying like from the standpoint of like if the lady lied about being on birth control or something like
Oh,
that,
well, then that's
they've been in a relationship and they
Point
agree
blank
to
period.
have a baby.
I don't care. Point blank period.
Wrap it up.
If a man tell you
That's not 100%. I'm saying
Yeah.
like if you have an accident, condom broke, and she's saying that, I'm not saying like somebody did something intentional. They did everything they could to not have a baby other than not have sex. And you believe that the person you've been in a relationship with was on birth control and she's not, and she tricked you.
Well, then, yeah, that's
women set men up all the time.
All the
if
time.
a man tell you you get pregnant, you come back to him and he like, that's on you. I don't want no kid. And you don't get rid of the kid. Understand what you're dealing with. Point blank period. Understand what you're dealing with. So when you come to this man and you're a month or two pregnant and he telling you that ain't my problem, you better figure it out. Understand what you're gonna be dealing with. So
then what happens with so we tied it into the topic, the mandatory paternity test, which is going to trigger child support. So now he on the hook to support a baby that he never wanted.
Exactly.
Or
he
you sign your rights
what he
away.
probably gonna do is be financially responsible, but that's about it. So that's my whole point. So understand who you having a child with. Understand who you having sex with. My whole thing is I'm not, I wouldn't have sex with somebody I wouldn't be okay with having a kid with. You know what I'm saying?
So you never had sex with somebody you wouldn't have a baby with? Don't do that, Adrian.
You see him over here thinking, right?
Huh?
You see him over here thinking. When I was younger.
Of course you did.
You just fucking.
Everybody has.
And meaning, but that's what I'm saying. But when I say younger, I'm talking about like stupid, like 19, 20. You know what I'm saying?
There are people out here now that are 19 and 20 doing this shit.
Shit, 16,
20, 30, 40, 50, 60.
And so in the situation, what you talking about happened with a condom broke, and I took it to get the day after pill. Like, yo, we gotta go get
everybody
this.
$50.
Okay, I did. So
my whole thing is, but
get this.
a dude will know a condom broke before a female will too. So that's also your job to be like, oh shit, it broke, and you don't say nothing. You know what I'm saying? Then you doing 50-50 thinking, oh, it might be okay.
Nah, I was scary. So
he's like, I was scary.
Man, it should be a lot of
this thing broke. Let's go get this pill. I
just think people shouldn't be out here fucking if they can't deal with whatever the consequences are of your actions.
Well, that's we know that's not gonna happen. So it should be a lot of mandatory stuff, man. So,
but I'm just saying, don't
because it'll make us more responsible. Oh, my bad. What you say? I'm sorry, I was talking while you was talking.
Oh, I'm sorry. I was saying, don't cry like a little bitch if you sleeping with all these women and then they get pregnant. Like, you knew that could happen, and at the end of the day, and I think, and just from this is my personal thing. I had conversations with my son's donor. I told him how my belief was. I don't believe in abortions. This is what I want. This is what I am. And I'm thinking we're something else that we're not. And then when I tell you I found out I'm pregnant, talk about, well, I knew. I just thought you would be smart and get an abortion like the rest of them. Wow. Cool, my dude. And when I say
wait. So he had other women that he got abortions with, and you knew that?
I didn't know about that. That's what he told me when I found out I was pregnant. And when I found out I was pregnant, I was 2 months. And I heard my son's heartbeat, and that was over for me. And like I told him, I even gave him the thing. You can come get the paternity test. You could be a father or sign your rights away, and you have nothing to do with us. And I'm good.
So what kind of conversations did y'all have about his previous girlfriends or?
So his previous relationship, he was divorced. Like, he had just got divorced maybe 2 years prior to that. He was in the military. It was whatever. And he was fighting to have custody of his child. So he was being like, oh, I want to be a father. I want to be this. And the whole thing was, when it happened, it was due to a conversation I had with somebody, and he got upset about me having a conversation to make sure somebody wasn't driving drunk. And he said I disrespected him. And when the condom broke, he didn't tell me. And then when I started getting sick, he was like, I don't know. I don't know what's wrong with you. And when I found out, he was like, well, thought you would have been smart and had an abortion. So. Even told me one time, like afterwards, when he found out I was having a boy, he was so happy. I was having his son. He's like, I would have gave you another baby if you would have just got rid of that one. So just know, 16 years I've been doing this by myself. This man is not. He don't see my child. Last time he see my child was 5 years old, and that was on a whim.
I see my and I don't know how women think and how y'all feel. Let me say that first. But I'll to try to put myself in that position, I would think y'all would be terrified to go through with having a baby after a guy say, I thought you would be smart and not have it. Unless you just
I
okay
stayed away
with
from
being
him.
and doing it by yourself, and then at that point it's like, why complain? Because you just made a conscious choice. You know what I'm saying? To do it.
And I gave him every right to get out of it. And one, he never wanted to sign his rights away. He didn't want to do a paternity test, and he sits on the fact he not mine. So it's cool, but he's mine. And I take care of him. I've never asked for nothing. I didn't go after child support because guess what? You ain't worth shit. I don't care. Like, you played this whole role all those months that we knew each other, and then you did something because you was trying to be malicious, and it backfired on your ass, and you thought I was going to be one of these people that's like, oh my gosh, okay, because you said so. No, I had values and morals, and I stuck to what I said. I never changed who I was. He changed. And I mean, my son
How
doing
long
good.
did you know him before you got pregnant?
Almost like it was about to be a year. And that was the thing. Like, I was like, he tells everybody it was a one night stand. I'm like, damn, that's a long one night stand, homie. Like, you stupid.
So did he ask you, like, did you think y'all were in a committed relationship?
No, we weren't in no committed relationship. I was okay. I had just got out of a committed relationship, and I moved back to Atlanta, and I was having fun. Like, and my thing is, we hung out, we chilled together, and my whole thing is, it happened. My son is what I'm supposed to have because it just happened the way it happened, and I'm happy with my kid, and I don't ask nobody for nothing. I take care of him, and I never talk bad about him either to my son. And I said, some people just make choices, and he wasn't ready to be a father, and it is what it is. And he did the exact same thing his father did to him. So that's what he wanted.
Are you okay with me asking a question about it? Because I try to, you know what I'm saying? Okay, so see, this is what I mean about pop. I try to be careful with people personal stuff. You know what I'm saying? You might have just want to say something and nobody asked you that. So it's like with pop culture, we got these like gray areas we create to kind of make things okay. You said you was a person with values and morals, but you didn't require him to be in a faithful relationship with you before you had sex with him. You was just having fun. That's not really morally.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. But
I was kind of living in that gray area. Things like that happen, and then we just gotta kind of own it, and it ain't. You know what I mean?
Yeah. But like I said, I was young, dumb, and I was just having fun. And my thing is, but I didn't run away from my responsibility. And
I applaud you for that.
And I never look at my son as anything other than a blessing. And the thing is, as he gotten older, he has asked about his father, and I reached out to his mother, and in the beginning she was like, oh, I knew about him, I knew that my son had another child and whatever, but then it was like all of a sudden she stopped because he said, no, that's not mine. So when my son got of age and he's like, I just want to have one conversation with him, and that's it, nothing more, nothing less. And this man told my child, I want nothing from you, I didn't want you, or whatever. And the thing is, he kept doing pop-ups, pretending like he wanted to have something, and then he didn't. And when he found out I was having a boy, he was excited, and then he just went stupid. So I just distanced myself from him after that last time I saw him, when my son was 5. And my son is, he has a father that takes care of him and loves him as his own. And it is what it is.
And see, the only reason I'm asking these questions is because I want to go back to what Adrian said about his deal breaker. He mentioned that he would exit stage left, depending on the relationship with the child's father. And I mentioned that there had to be something there was something in there that gave you some idea that this nigga won shit. And the fact that he did not declare a committed relationship with you should have showed you that he did not want to have a child with you. He wouldn't commit to you, so there was no way he was going to commit to having a child with you, despite already having a kid.
But the question is this: were y'all trying to have a relationship, or y'all just had a situation?
She just said she was just having fun.
I was having fun, and the whole thing is this is the crazy part. When somebody told him that I was claiming him, he was like, "Nah, we just friends." And my thing is, and like I told him, I was like, I wasn't claiming you. And I think that got in his head that I didn't want to fall in line like the rest, like anybody else that would. When you meet him, everybody was like, "Oh my God, he's so this, he's so that." I was like, "You just a cool dude, like we just having fun." But for him, his punishment, because I didn't want to bow down and like basically be whatever, I guess, to him, was to do what he did and don't say nothing. And it was just like, okay, whatever. So I see it as it don't bother me. And my thing is, I guess he living his best life. I don't know. I don't know where this man is. I don't talk to him. His mother talks to my son, and that's about it.
Because I had another friend and Fred, y'all both know Fred and Adrian, y'all both know her. I ain't gonna say her name on this show. I wouldn't give her the satisfaction. But y'all know that like there was this long, sad sob story about her ex and all this stuff, and then come to find out, it was like, wait a minute, he displayed every red flag you could think of prior to you marrying him, and he did exactly to you what he did to everybody else. So I'm confused as to why, like, it's such a shock when they do these things, because they really don't change.
Yeah,
they display exactly who they are. Their patterns of behavior are exactly the same. I think a lot of times women in specific, we come up with these ideas of things that we think should happen, but in reality, they're not happening at all. These men are exactly who they say they are, and who they show up to be. I mean, if we don't force them, if we're not standing on our morals and we're not setting boundaries, they're gonna cross them every time.
Yeah,
they're gonna do whatever they want to do every single time. Because if a relationship is what you want, if you want it to be committed, you have to do things that require commitment for them. So you shouldn't even be sleeping with them if that's not a part of the requirement. Like, well, what am I sleeping with you for if you're not committed to me?
I mean, my whole thing is, now that I'm older, I get that. But when you're in your early 20s, you're out there just having fun. You know what I'm saying? And back then, it wasn't really like I knew what I wanted. I was just learning how to be an adult then, so I just
had this conversation with my 23-year-old godson, and I made him cry. And I didn't mean to make him cry, but what I said was real. Black people going to celebrate themselves right into poverty through their 20s. They're going to have fun through their 20s and not have shit because they're so busy having fun.
Yeah.
And I say that because this generation has so much information. They got access to so much stuff. They don't take advantage of it, but yet and they still like so behind with everybody else. And I'm like, y'all can't be celebrating every weekend. What are we having fun for? What are we doing? We don't have anything. We don't own nothing. 20s is not the time to have that much goddamn fun, because you're gonna be broke in your 30s looking back like, damn, I'm old and I ain't got shit.
We gotta teach our youth though what fun should be. Like, I'm telling you, man, social media, man, they see that and that's their idea of fun. They think, trips to Jamaica and Dubai and all that stuff is just regular stuff. You know what I'm saying? People blow their money. They willing to compromise their morals, their standards, all of that stuff to get these things. Not taking time to learn nothing, read nothing, and arm yourself with the tools you need to keep elevating in life. And then when you decide to do it, when you mature, because none of us can get away from wisdom. It's coming whether you want to or not. You know what I'm saying? And then it weighs on you even harder once you realize, like, damn, I've been a damn fool. So now you get insecure and depressed and all of this other stuff like that. And it's just a cycle to keep going. So we got to teach people it can be fun in the work, you know what I'm saying, that it takes to get to whatever. And then, you have fun when you get the reward. Like, we just got to do better, man, all around.
Yeah.
All of us.
You got to sacrifice early so you can reap them rewards a little later.
Mm-hmm.
You got to put that grind in. We're gonna go to this next topic. Probably be the last one we have a little bit of time for, a few minutes. So, what's the difference between compromising and settling? Uh-oh.
Mm,
Uh-oh.
it's simple, man.
I mean,
Good night, Shay. Thank you.
Compromising and settling. Compromising is looking at something and saying, okay, you know what? Maybe my expectations are a little bit high. And maybe I could come back off of this just a little bit. Because to me, settling is saying, no, you know what? I'm just gonna throw this out all together and I'm just gonna deal with something, right? Compromising is meeting somebody in the middle, of saying, maybe I'm a little bit harsh. I still have this standard, but maybe I can back up a little bit because I'm tripping a little bit. Instead of like, nope, we tossing this out, we tossing this out, we tossing that out. To me, that's compromising. Settling is kind of going back to what we was talking about as far as like in a relationship with a man of he can only pay that one bill, right? Compromising might be like, okay, we make around the same amount, we good to go. Having, the same expectations for me is what I have for him. Settling be like, all right, I'm gonna pay all the bills, even though I don't want to, and he can pay these 2 or 3 bills, and I'm gonna just deal with that. Like that's settling to me.
I think
we get to understand that.
Yeah, I think it's simple as this, man. Compromising, the main component in compromising is being reasonable and reasoning, and then in settling, you sacrificing your comfortability. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna be uncomfortable for nobody, and I don't want anybody else being uncomfortable for me. So we can sit down and we can talk as adults and we can reason. And I think 2 adults, for the most part, man, we know what reason is, and we know when we getting outside of that and telling somebody, hey, well, if you love me, I'm gonna play on that, and you just gonna have to be uncomfortable for me, and I'm putting my foot down. So you sacrificing your comfortability and what your boundaries are for somebody else. I think that settling and compromising is reasoning. I think it's as simple as that.
And people need to learn the difference, because some people think compromising is settling.
Uh-huh.
Right. Right.
No, because if that's the case, you don't need to be in no relationship.
Exactly.
Nope.
Definitely give and take. You got humility is strength in humility. Like sometimes you should jump at the chance to for you to sacrifice something to let your partner know, or even just a friend, you know what I'm saying, know that I care about your comfortability or whatever, and it's not that serious or whatever. Okay, we're gonna go this way with it or whatever. And that just comes with just being a kind and reasonable person. You know what I mean?
Yep. Yeah. Fred, what you got?
I mean, I'm like them. I mean, because pretty much selling is just pretty much you're accepting the negatives of a lot of stuff. Like you see red flags, you see certain your deal breakers, but you're like, you know what, whatever. I'm gonna just go ahead and just sit in it. It is what it is, just because I just want to be with this person. It's like you said, compromise, like the one in the chat. They summed it up very well. It's an agreement, right? To where I look at compromise kind of like, sometimes you have certain things you do and do not like, right? Certain little quirks. We all got quirks, right? But you can compromise with those quirks. But when you have like complete red flags and they're red flags and you still be there, that's selling. You don't want to do better. You want to sit right there, meaning you selling and you probably complaining to somebody else about the person. Because selling comes with a lot of complaining behind it.
Yeah, and as men, man, we grow. Well, I'll speak for myself too, but in the era I came up with, whatever, we'll use the fact that a woman loves us to get her to settle. Like once you get a person running game on themselves, you know what I'm saying, and they start making excuses for themselves. Well, I need to do it. Like it's like, to me, that's when you get in that settling mode, when you like, I don't know, man. It's I don't know.
What you got, Cole?
I mean, basically everything they're saying is basically true. It's like when you don't put any thought into and you just go along with what the other person is saying, you settle for whatever they say. You don't try to communicate and say, well, so for instance, I don't really do sports, but I would compromise and, try to learn something about the sport because I know that's what you love. So I can go and enjoy because you want me to come with you to a sporting event. I would try to learn a little bit about it, so I'm not just like, so what they doing? What's this? Oh my God. You know what I'm saying? You just compromise because it's like you care about that person and you want y'all to both be able to do things y'all like. But when you just settle and be like, we're gonna do everything you say, I'm not gonna care, like I'm not gonna put input. So you just sitting there like boo boo the fool because you don't want to be there, but you there because you settling.
Yeah. For me, compromise, I think it's when I give a little, you give a little, we come to an understanding, we good. Settling is I'm doing something that I don't like doing, and I don't think I deserve it either. It's less than what I deserve, and yeah, I'm just doing it, and I don't really know why, but I know I don't deserve it. So, but that was a great show, guys. We are at the end of our time. We got a few minutes left just to say what we got going on for the week. Shout out our media group, Iron Will Media Group. Tell the folks, I don't know what was on here or not, but I think we'll be on Black with No Chaser Radio at 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time. So if you don't have the app, download it so you can listen to the audio version of this episode. If you have not subscribed to our YouTube channel, please subscribe, hit the notification bell so you know when we're live. Leave a comment, like this video, like all of our videos. Tell somebody else to subscribe to our channel as well. What do you guys got going on for this week? Let the people know. Chris?
Man, I'm traveling to Canada in a few to cover a battle rap event.
What part of Canada you going to?
Toronto. But no, I'm working on that, man. I got a lot of promo and marketing things I'm doing for the Detroit Lions. A couple people in the neighborhood around me. It was I just want to say this, man, before I get off. It felt so refreshing, man, talking with you guys again. Seeing black people who like, thinking and trying and elevating and encouraging other people or whatever. I've been in a real toxic space, not me, but just in dealing with certain groups of people. You know how it is when you fighting the good fight or whatever, and you run into that stuff. You know what I'm saying? So this was like therapy for me or whatever. I appreciate it. I really missed y'all. And I just enjoy being on there. Hopefully I can carry this on with and this will help my demeanor, going off into, these things I got going on.
Okay. Glad to have you back, Chris. What you got, Cole?
Nothing. Right now, just being a mom. Like we in football season. We 2-3 right now, which is listen, it's really good. Because the ones we lost were very close, like by 1 point. We only got this one is we were 18 to something else, like, but everything else was close. So this is a change for us. And my baby been making like amazing plays. Like I'm just super proud of him. And I don't come back I'll be on I Am Woe on Sunday. And then I got She Talking Tea September 30th. And it's gonna be it's gonna be about creativity, and I'm gonna have an artist on there, and it's gonna be. That's about it. I don't really do much.
What you got, Fred?
I mean, not much. Just, typical B of A stuff. Chasing my daughter right now. It's she in season right now. So, and then just little stuff I'm working on the side, man. Just trying to get this clothing line going, March 11. And trying to get this movement going for Bro Let's Go. So that's about it.
Let's go. What you got, Adrian?
Coaching my son's baseball team. So that's got me going.
We need footage.
Doing that. Corrupted minds, training and, doing those things and coaching, for sure. So yeah, man, that's what I got going on. Thinking about a event. I'm gonna talk to you about it, Didi, because I don't know. It's for veteran business owners, and it's in Orlando. I think I'm gonna send you the information. See if it something that interests you as well too. But it's in November. I'm thinking about going. We'll see though.
Okay, all right. Yeah, I think my calendar right now is almost clear. Maybe not. I don't know. But I got this weekend, of course, finally my photo shoot in Miami. If anybody's in Miami that want to come and be my assistant, please call me because I'm terrified. I just need y'all to walk me through this shit because I'm scared. So I'll shoot on Sunday. My birthday is the following Saturday, September 30th. I'll be doing my son's birthday party on my birthday. So yeah, mom duties. His birthday 3 days after mine, so he takes my weekend. And then my Hall of Fame induction ceremony is October 7th. So I'll be flying to Philly for that. What else I got? I think I got some other
October 7th? You said October 7th in Philly?
Yeah.
I think I'll be in Philly October 7th. I got to check that date. That's crazy.
Yep, that's my induction ceremony.
That's so dope, man. That's so dope.
So
Right. I plan on being there unless Debbie say the baby
come early. That's close to the due date.
Right.
So I got that. I got some really good news today about the TV show that I'm in. So I'll share it with y'all after the fact. But, and today is my nephew's birthday. Happy birthday, my Kier, my nephew. I love you, boo. Turn up, turn up, turn up. Have a shot for Aunt Didi. Pickle back on you, baby. But yeah, great show, everybody. We appreciate y'all, the guests that came in. And like I said, please download the app BWNC, Black with No Chaser Radio. You will hear this episode 8 a.m. Eastern Standard Time tomorrow. Go and subscribe to our YouTube channel. And if you want to be a guest on the show, let us know. If you got topics you want to talk about, please shoot us to our DMs, inbox on any of our platforms, the Breaking Barrier Podcast. And also, if you would like to donate to the Breaking Barriers Podcast, you see the Cash App scrolling across the bottom of the screen. You can donate at any time. And we will see y'all next week. Appreciate y'all. We out.